Hi there, it's Cheryl B. Englehart, the host of Key Conversations podcast. We are in season 4, where we're focusing on the process of making a record. Today, I wanted to take a little bit of a detour to give you some structure for this social distancing business, which is just bananas. Basically, it's 5 steps. They all start with C because I love alliteration. Mondays, you clear. Tuesdays, you create. Wednesdays, you collect. Thursdays is a campaign day, and Friday is connect. The weekends are meant for self-reflection, relaxation, binging, all the great things that weekends are designed for. So I hope you enjoy this episode as I walk through all the things that I do each of these days to create some structure and motivation, even when the rest of the world seems to be lying in wait. I hope you enjoy it. There is nothing like working from home. I've done it for over a decade. It requires discipline, a routine, getting out of my pajamas for the most part. Working from home provides me so much freedom and peace as I get to create my days however I want. Of course, there's the stress of having to generate every single penny, connection, and gig on your own, but for me, the benefits far outweigh the stressors. But when working from home is the norm and the rest of the world is doing it too, that's a different beast. It's tempting to fall into the Netflix binging zone, knowing that most people are also just waiting. But here's what I think. I think that the majority of the world is going to get bored really soon, and that they are going to turn to art, not just movies and TV, but books and music and podcast and visual arts. Creative people have a huge opportunity to serve, to come out on top, to shift the habits of how we work at our careers if we use this time really effectively. To successfully move forward and through this time, I suggest a structure like the one that I'm about to lay out. I also suggest a community. A community is so important. I host an online monthly mastermind for musicians that I've been running for about 4 years, and we just decided to make it daily. So every weekday we meet for a little bit, and we put these structures into place. It's so inspiring. If you're interested, go to inthekey.co/elite and join this group. It's really fantastic. So we succeed only if we can create structures that support us in moving forward and not lie in wait like the rest of the world. So here's the guide that I use during holidays and downtimes to keep myself moving and to bring some things to the foreground that might normally be in the background. I like to keep the weekends free for complete relaxation, reading, doing all the binging, all the movies, all the TVs. And if I know that that weekend of nothingness is in my future, it's so much easier to move through these 5 days and truly crank with a capital C. So here are the 5 C's to get through this crazy social distancing time. And I'm just going to start with Monday. You can start any day of the week, but this is the order that they're designed to happen in. And the first one is clear. So Mondays are for clearing. Clearing can mean a lot of things. It can mean ditching a toxic relationship to make room for a healthy one. It can mean clearing off your desk of old papers. It can mean emptying your inbox, doing laundry, or making space on your phone for new photos. Essentially, clearing is the process of removing something to make room for something else. Note that day 2 is create. So we cannot create something new if there is no room for it. Just saying that. Think about your physical space and your digital space as places to start cleaning. Here are a few ideas to get going. And a pro tip is to block out maybe 2 blocks of 2 hours in your day to tackle the 2 biggest tasks that have been looming over you. Don't try to do them all. You'll always have next week to do this as well. So here are some clearing ideas specifically for your physical space. You can organize papers, put away books, do your laundry, actually disinfect surfaces. You can vacuum, you can organize and sanitize your entryway, and you can decrease any clutter and even start to create a box to donate or things that you want to sell. Also a great source of income if you've got stuff you haven't used in a really long time, especially gear, musical instruments. In terms of clearing in your digital space, think about putting random files on your desktop into the appropriate folders. Manage your space on the phone and computer. Sometimes it's a whole thing to get that balanced. And also organize your photos. Empty your inbox by replying to emails you haven't replied to yet, and delete old unused files to increase your storage. You can also add metadata to your tracks, any of your songs that you want to license, and organize those so they're ready to go when it's time to pitch. So that is the clear day. And it's a little bit of cleaning too. Now we can go to Tuesday, the create day. You can't really create until you've cleared some space for the new things you want to create. So here's what I love to do on Tuesdays. I get dolled up, I make some videos, I finish that song I've been dying to finish. The first time that you do this, the first week that you're really thinking, okay, what do I want to create? Just create the stuff that's been on your mind. Don't necessarily think, what do I need to create in order to move forward? That's a great way to think, and that's normally how I love to think. But in this particular case, finish that pet portrait you had started. Write the poem that creeped into your head last night. The second week you do this, yes, start to be mindful of the milestones that you'd like to reach in your career, and then create content that will support those goals. For example, if you want to increase your Spotify followers, consider creating a Spotify audio ad. Here are just a few other thoughts for content that you could create. You could write a new blog post, you could start a podcast, you could write a song or edit a song, you can try your hand at drawing, poetry, short stories, creating something other than what you normally create in. You can update your website or create a new one. I am a fan of the all-in-one platform Kajabi, which you can check out at inthekey.co/Kajabi, where you can have your email list, you can sell your music and your merch, and also have a website for an all-in-one easy platform. If you're on a super tight budget, I also suggest and love Bandzoogle, which you can get a free month for and a discount if you go to inthekey.co/make-a-site. You can also create other video content. You can record yourself performing a few cover songs, post to YouTube, Instagram stories, IGTV, Facebook, anything that you create you want to put in as many places as possible. So if you create a blog post, also make a video of you sharing the information in that blog post. You can definitely do some multi-use for one piece of content. You can create new Instagram posts on canva.com. That's my favorite platform to create graphics to promote your music, and then you can plan out posting those in the future. I like to plan my posts with Buffer. You can create a spreadsheet where you collect links to other cool articles and content so that you can post on social media over time. You can create a series of videos talking about how you came up with a specific song or song story or song title. And you can also make a video just to check in with your fan email list. You can host it privately as an unlisted video on YouTube and just say, hey, how's it going? Some people are just sick of reading all the email updates they're getting, and sometimes seeing a video in their inbox is actually interesting and more engagement. That is the Tuesday day. So just wake up, decide what you want to create today, declare it. If you're in the Key Elite group, you can share on the group, share what you've created, or just declare what you want to create. That's super empowering, so that we can move on to the next day, day 3, Wednesday, which I call collect. This one is simple. It's collecting either contacts and research or knowledge. Essentially, it's a research day. So I like to research the emails of all the people that I may want to pitch in the future. I use a spreadsheet hosted in Airtable, which is like Excel on pretty steroids, to get organized with the contacts for venues, licensing agents, blogs, press, playlists, and so many more. So whoever you think you might want to pitch to in the future, you want to do that research ahead of time, find the right people to pitch to, and then gather those contact infos. We're not going to pitch today. We're just doing the research because it takes some sort of brain power in order to just focus in and go through websites and find that contact info. You can go to inthekey.co/outreach Airtable, and that will give you a free document that you can use to fill in all of this information. Just create a new base, and it's yours to do whatever you want with. So when we're talking about collecting and we're talking about collecting knowledge, think about how many online courses or books you've purchased to either improve a skill, whether email marketing, like rock your email list. Are you in that course? If not, inthekey.co/email course. Maybe you're trying to play the guitar, or you're running Instagram ads. I love Ari Herstand's course on growing your Spotify and your Instagram followings, you can go to inthekey.co/IG growth in order to check out that program. So if you have not gotten yourself learning in the recent past, today is a really good day to do that. Or if you purchase courses and you haven't finished them, today's a good day to do that too. So invest in yourself, gain a skill that can increase your bottom line. That is the goal, right? So I strongly suggest becoming a master at two things. One, engaging with your email list. Your email list is a gold mine. You'll know if you're doing email right if you are making $1 to $2 per subscriber per month. So if you have 100 subscribers, you should be making around $100 a month. If you have 1,000 subscribers, that should be $1,000 a month from your email list, whether you're selling merch to them every month, whether you did a big Kickstarter campaign and they ended up giving you around $12,000 for the year. Just break it down. Are you making $1 to $2 per subscriber per month? If not, then you're not doing your email right and you're sitting on a gold mine and wasting money. So get into that Rock Your Email List course and learn that. The second thing that I strongly encourage you to get really powerfully good at is pitching. If you are not super effective in pitching, meaning that at least 70% of the emails you send, you get a reply to, then check out inthekey.co/perfect pitch. It's a very quick, easy, total game-changing course on how to pitch powerfully and get a yes. So do all the research, learn all the things, and then move on to Thursday, day 4, called campaign. This is the day we ask for the things. So maybe you're sending some pitch emails to the emails that you had researched yesterday. Maybe you're implementing that pitching course, and maybe you're rocking and rolling in the world of pitching. It may also not be time to pitch quite yet. So you can also just send an email to your fan list and let them know how they can support you right now. Be clear and make sure they have all the information that they need to support you. So if you're asking them to stream your music on Spotify, give them a direct link, share a screenshot of what they need to do in order to follow you. It's not intuitive for a lot of people, so just make sure it's really easy that they know what you want them to do. In addition to sharing with your email list or maybe pitching, on campaign day, you can also create some ads, campaigns through Facebook or Foundy or show.co to promote your music, social sites, or any products you may have. If you use the Create Day to make some videos for your ads, you'll be all set. Again, I love Ari's program. He totally tells you how to make really great ads for your Instagram and Spotify growth. So you can go to inthekey.co/IG growth if you want to check that out. So once you do all the pitching next week, when it's campaign day, you can do some follow-ups. Follow up to the people that didn't reply to you. Most of your replies are actually going to come in the second or third email, so don't freak out if you don't hear replies the first time. It's one of the things you'll learn in the perfect pitch. And now we can move on to Friday, which I call Connect. This is the day that we want to be really mindful about connecting with other people before we go into the weekend where we're resting and taking care of ourselves. So check in with your strong friends. People don't ask us how we're doing very often, and it's just nice to be asked. You also want to be connecting with people throughout the week, getting on FaceTime calls and keeping that social interaction, especially if you're a social and extroverted person. But today we're going to be really intentional about it. So reach out to your super fans, send a personal note. This is not the day to send an email blast to your list, although you absolutely can, but I love the personal touch. FaceTime with past clients, people who continue to hire you, and of course, friends and family. I like to do this on a Friday just so I have the weekend to rejuvenate and reboot without having to worry about who do I need to call, who do I need to shift my energy for. You can also be thinking about scheduling your social media posts that you created this past week during your create or whenever you collected. I schedule these posts on Buffer, and all week long I'm saving links to articles and cool content that I see. So come Friday, I can schedule one post a day next week on all of my social platforms like Twitter and LinkedIn and Facebook, my Facebook pages. I don't schedule to Instagram. I don't know if you can schedule, but I like to keep Instagram pretty live for what's going on in my life in the moment. But other than that, I do like to have regular content going out so that people know that they can come to me to be the source of cool content. The weekend is time for self-care, for dropping the ball, for catching up so you can start on Monday again. So here are some things I like to do on the weekend, and I strongly encourage you to. Meditate for an hour. Just sit still. I love the app Simple Habit, which you can check out inthekey.co/habit, as well as Insight Timer. And you can find my own meditations and positive I am affirmations on both of those apps, as well as stream my new record for mindfulness, peace, and growth called Luminary. Go to IamAluminary.com if you want to learn more about that record. Exercise. Take the weekend to do some good for your body. Eat well. Try cooking a new meal. Binge watch a show that makes you happy. Take a nap. Take a bath. Drink tea or drink wine or whatever floats your boat. But just think that you have this time to reboot and refresh, and then you can start it all over again. And to summarize, Monday is to clear and clean. Tuesday is to create. Wednesday is to collect both contacts and knowledge. Thursday is campaign, where we ask for the things that we need. Friday is connect, and the weekend is for self-care. So I hope this helps create some structure for your weeks in social distancing times, and maybe in times when you just want to crank with a capital C. Thanks so much. I'm Cheryl B. Englehart. I so appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe, follow, do all of the things. Support any artists that you know. Stream musicians' music on repeat all night long. You don't even know how big of a help that is. It's an amazing thing to do. So thanks for being here. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. I hope it gave you some structure, some ideas. And if you want to join me daily on a live video coaching call with a bunch of other super motivated, awesome musicians, go to inthekey.co/elite. This is my monthly mastermind that I have turned daily. We are meeting on weekdays. We vary the time so that anyone in any time zone can make it. And it is such a beautiful place to be during these crazy times. People are doing so much great work. They're getting up out of bed. They're getting dressed just for this call. It's so motivating and so beautiful. So inthekey.co/elite. It costs less than a month's worth of toilet paper. So just use a washcloth and come on, join us. inthekey.co/elite. You can join anytime. You can cancel anytime. I'm looking forward to having you. I will see you there.